Good morning, my loves. I am so tired today. It is raining. I know it looks so bright out, but it is raining. I guess it started in the night, which makes sense because yesterday afternoon, I was feeling like an intense migraine coming on and I couldn't figure out what the cause was, but now I know. It was rain. So it's been raining. I had my alarm set at 6:30. I did wake up at 6:30, but I didn't get out of bed till closer to 7. It just, the sound of the rain truly was like soothing me into staying in bed. I just felt so comfortable. So I did not get up as early as I had hoped, but I did get up. And if you watch any of my morning vlogs, which you probably should, I always try to do something for my mind, body, and soul. So you can see that I've already done a little bit of reading, which is for my mind. I am so close to, I think I'm like today, I should be able to finish Onyx Storm, which is just so exciting because now I can finally have all the conversations with my friends who have been reading it. So I have a couple more chapters of that. So I was reading them on the couch. I honestly could have just stayed reading it, but then I wouldn't have done anything else for myself. So I went to the gym a few days ago. I'm feeling quite sore. I haven't been to the gym in a long time, so I'm feeling quite sore. I want to do a light workout, so I just did like a YouTube Pilates video, which is like about, I think it was like just shy of 30 minutes, like not even that long. But it felt good to move my body, which we need when you get sore after working out. You realize like you really need to move your body. So I really need to move my body. And it feels good. I feel a little bit more awake. I definitely don't look super awake, but we're gonna get there. That's a part of today, is looking like we're ready to tackle the day. So I'm very hungry. I don't know if anyone else wakes up starving. I truly, doesn't matter if I ate right before bed or 5 hours before bed. Whenever I wake up, I am starving. And like right now, the fact that I've been awake for almost an hour and a half, because I guess almost an hour and a half, and I have not eaten. I might pass out. So I do have some leftover oatmeal that I usually like make a big batch and divvy it up so I don't have to cook oatmeal every day. So I have some leftover oatmeal I think I'm gonna have, and I'm not having a coffee this morning. I know, the aesthetic, like let me make a little coffee Nespresso thing, it's not happening. I am going out of the house this morning, which I will fill you in on, but I am going to get a matcha when I leave, so I just don't want to have like 2 caffeines top of the morning. And let's be honest, I should be drinking my water. So I have already had half of this. I should try to finish it. So I'm going to eat and have water, no coffee, and do a little bit of my devotional, a bit of journaling. I'm trying to do like 1 page a day. I used to do the artist way, like 3 pages a day very consistently. And then I fell off because my discipline kind of fell off in 2025. I know I've talked about how this year has been like not a great year, but we're turning it around. It's going to be good. And I'm starting with low lift. I talk about this when it comes to like habits or implementing something new, is like don't try to do 100% right away or do that like full 180 change. Like you need to like slowly work your way up. So I'm just doing 1 page of journaling. That's beautiful. It's enough. It's something. I don't have to do 3 pages every morning. I can do 1 page. So I'm going to eat, do that, and then start to look like I have things that I need to do and places I need to go and appropriate. And I also washed my hair, so I need to take care of this. This is like the fluffy next day post-wash. are seeing me at the very realist stage. My hair gets so fluffy after I wash it. I did dry it last night, so this is not like air dried hair. I do dry it. I try my best to dry it every time I wash it, but as you can see, there's just, I am cousin it. So I need to control this. Did my journaling. I also went through my schedule for the day. What I do the night before is I always do my time blocking and like my top to-dos for the following day, just so that I can actually wake up feeling ready to tackle the day rather than being like, okay, what am I supposed to do today? Like, what are the top priorities? What am I panicking about? Hopefully not panicking, but things like that. So that is really where I like to start my day. So after I do something for my mind, my body, my soul, I get into my agenda and I look at what I have decided for the day. And so today I'm working on a variety of different things. I have a couple consulting clients tomorrow that I'm working with that I need to do some prep work for. So I do some small business consulting and like, I guess, personal coaching in a way, in terms of like how to grow or build a small, medium-sized business more effectively, sort of as like a soundboard for people who are solo founders, and help them grow a team. So I have a client tomorrow that I'm working with, and it's a bit of a newer conversation, so I want to do some prep on that. And then I also have some writing work that I am doing. Obviously I have my Substack, for those of you who subscribe to my Substack, thank you. So I have a variety of different things that I'm doing that aren't sort of like my typical work. So it's not like my Mary Young, my business work. And for that reason, I find it hard to stay focused on a variety of things, or like, I guess, blocking out other work that I could be doing for Mary Young. So what I'm going to do, and which I've started doing, is I'm going to the library to work at the library for a few hours. This is where I try to go when I am doing either consulting work or writing work, things that I need to be less distracted by. So whether that's just like not being in my home and distracted that I should put the laundry in or do the dishwasher or tidy up, or just anything in general while being at home. So this is something that I have told myself I will do more. I was doing this last year in some regards when I would go to Soho House and work at Soho House, but I don't think I'm going to keep my membership because the food there is just not great. I don't find myself going there as often, and it's not cheap. So I would rather go to the library or find like another like third space, which that's what I'm really realizing. I need more third spaces. When you work from home, and I'm sure many of you can relate to this, you are in the same place literally all the time, relaxing, working, all of it. And third spaces can feel like harder to find. It's usually, I guess, cafes or sort of the typical third space. When it comes to working, I find it hard to work in a cafe just because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of distractions. So will I stop and get myself a matcha? You already know I will. That is sort of like my motivation for going out and going to the library. And especially today, with it being a very cold, very rainy day, like the reason why I'm wearing a hoodie is because I don't know how cold the library is going to be, and I'm not about to go somewhere and work there for hours and be cold. So I'm dressing appropriately, planning the matcha, and getting into what today is going to bring. But I really need to try to give this hair some life first. Okay, I'm back. My battery died. The hair is looking a little bit better. I just put some light waves through it. And since I know it's raining, it's not gonna stay and it's not gonna remain. But I want to talk about time blocking. I've talked about this before. I think I've mentioned just like how imperative it is for me, especially when I do a variety of things. I think even just for anyone, like just being able to manage your time and know how long things should take and where you should be putting your time is super helpful when you feel overwhelmed. And I think a lot of us, between work and life, and even just like technology in general, feel overwhelmed. So for me, I try to time block my days based on the type of work that I'm doing. So I do have like days dedicated solely to Mary Young, which is my brand. So those days are like 100% Mary Young. I don't let anything else distract me. Those are the days that I need to really just like be on, make sure that I am communicating with all of our vendors, production, the team, everyone is doing what they need to do. So those days are like solely time blocked for that. And then I do break it down based on like email communications, obviously meetings that I may have, things along those lines. And then when it comes to either the consulting work I do, content even, or just like side projects that I'm working on, like some writing things, I time block those usually into like chunks of like an hour, 2 hours on the other days. I do find for myself, which I'm sure many of you do, is there's only so much time that I can focus on one task. Like I cannot be doing the same task for 4 hours. Like my attention span's not there. And I've even gotten to the point now where I actually time block my phone time, like replying to friends and things like that, because I think I've talked about this before, but I do feel very overwhelmed by technology. Majority of my family and friends are in EST, which I am 3 hours behind now. And I wake up to a lot of messages from everyone, which is so lovely. But I have really had to work on this feeling of like, I have to reply to people right away, with work or with friends. So I've actually started to time block my text time, like when I'm going to reply to people, whether that's like Instagram DMs, actual texting, because I do feel pretty overwhelmed when there's like 30 messages and then like 10 DMs, and then you add on all the other platforms and it's too much. Also, I found this blush that I had years ago and I want to see if I still like it. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But yeah, like I used it. It's like cute. It's a little bit brighter. I usually don't do like a brighter blush, but let's try to mix a couple together. So I feel like if that's something you deal with, like being overwhelmed in terms of like technology or just communication in general, or just like your workload, try time blocking. And I promise you, as long as you stick to it, it's similar to that, like don't follow your mood, follow the plan. Don't follow the things that pull you in a different direction. Stick to your time blocking. Like don't open your email when you're not supposed to open your email. So you do have to have discipline, which, you know, we all are working on. But doing that has started to help me. I do feel bad. So any of my friends who are watching this, I don't even know if my friends watch this. If any of my friends are watching this and they're like, yeah, you haven't texted me back, it's because I am time blocking. And if I have a lot of messages, I may not reply to everyone's message that day. It may take a day, sometimes two. That's just the reality. I do hope anyone that knows me in real life knows that if they needed me, they could like call me because I will answer. But that has been the benefits of time blocking, and I'm almost ready to get out of the door to go to the library. I want to be there for 10, so I gotta get it together. So I'm gonna finish this up. I'm about to pack my bag, my lovely green suede bag. So let me show you how everything fits in, because I realized I did not do that in my, bag tour video. I did not show everyone what's the shape of the bag. So I'm going to show you how I put everything in and what it actually looks like from the top view. Okay, here's the bag. It has a huge opening. You can actually snap this closed if you want to keep everything in the bag like tight. So it's sort of like a bit of like a square opening like that. Pretty simple. I usually don't have this snapped just because I'm always rifling through, but there is a little snap closure on it, as you can see. So I always do that when I'm out and about, and you tuck the corners in so it fits that little kind of shape. So I'm going to put in all of the things. I already have like my normal everyday stuff, but the things that I need to bring would be a notebook, my computer, obviously. I'm gonna throw my AirPods in. I know I usually have these in here, so I'm gonna throw these in. have my lip chap, glasses, sanitizer. Oh, I'm gonna bring a highlighter as well. I already have a pen in there. And then I'm good to go. Okay, I'm heading out. These are the shoes that I'm gonna wear. They are from Makeway in Toronto. These are like the cutest little, they did a collab with Nike. Obviously, you know, I'm a Nike girl. Look how cute. So I'm gonna wear these. They're super comfy for walking, and I know I'm not gonna ruin them in the rain. And then I threw on just like a blazer, just an oversized blazer, again, for the warmth. I have the hood in case I need that. I have an umbrella in the car. And then obviously the bag. Look at her. She's full, but she still looks cute. And that is the look for the library to go get some work done. I'm home from the library. The hair didn't get too damaged, but it's not great. I am glad that I wore all the layers though. It's definitely very chilled out with the humidity, I guess, just like the dampness from the rain. I'm like, I just want to curl up with a blanket. So I was at the library longer than I had planned, mostly because I got into a flow, which is so great. There was just like less distraction. So I actually got so much done. I just feel so inspired, you know, just going to a new space, changing up your space, I think can help so much in terms of just like feeling motivated and getting into a flow and just getting things done. But now I'm starving. I really need to eat and I don't have any leftovers. So I think I might have some tuna, which I'm going to see how this goes. I'm technically allergic to cooked fish. Well, I am allergic to cooked fish. But tuna in a can, like canned tuna, is not cooked. And I used to eat it all the time growing up. And I never reacted to it. I can have raw fish, which, yes, this is very confusing. So I can eat anything raw like sushi, but I can't have anything cooked like a salmon fillet. So I think I'm going to be okay with tuna in the can. I bought tuna the other week in anticipation for trying this, and at least I'm at home. I have some new anti-nausea meds for my migraines, so worst cases, I will take those because it's a pretty immediate reaction, pretty visceral upheaval type of reaction when I have cooked fish, which I don't want, but I think I'm going to be okay. I'm going to like use my mind over matter, and then obviously having the nausea meds will help if I just don't feel great. Maybe I'm playing with fire. I don't know. Maybe this is not a great decision, but I'm going to have that with like a salad, I think. I have some salad dressing from earlier this week, so that is a leftover. I don't have to make a salad dressing, but I do need to eat, and I do want to make sure that I'm getting some protein because I'm just hungry. And as much as it's not a warm meal, I am going to probably wrap up in a blanket and eat this while I read a little bit. Because I'm not eating at my desk. This is something that I'm being very intentional with this year, is just not eating while working. Reading, it's different, mostly because, you know, I got to finish this book. But I also find that when I read, I do eat slower, so that's better for my metabolism. So let's get to making food so I can get lunch in this belly and be less hangry. did not read while eating lunch. Michael was explaining to me that it's not good hygiene, like eating hygiene, like there's sleeping hygiene, but good eating hygiene. He's like, you're just too distracted. He's like, I can visibly tell how distracted you are. And you know what? He's probably right. I do love a multitask. I do love trying to get two things done at once. I do find reading relaxing. And like I said, it helps me just be more intentional with like eating slow because I'm not paying attention to eating, which is not great. And I know this because I do a lot of mindfulness practices, but I really thought that that was one I could like hack to be positive. But needless to say, I did not read while I ate. I did read a couple chapters after eating. And if you have not read Onyx Storm, just skip past this part. But I read the chapter where Andarna broke the bond, and I actually, like, I feel so much. Way more than I have in any of these other fantasy books that I've been reading. Like, yes, there's always emotional parts, but I just feel so I felt like I had a bond broken. Like my heart hurt a little bit. So I just really want to finish this book. I don't think I'll be able to finish until like actually bedtime tonight. I do have friends coming over for like little girls' night tonight, which, believe it or not, I'm more social than I have been for a little bit. I am a bit of a homebody. I do love being at home. I like being cozy. In my 20s, I was extremely social. I loved being out and about. I think because I was the only person who was really like working from home by themselves like a decade ago before the pandemic. And so I really needed to like get out and see people. But now that I have Michael at home, it's easier to not feel like I haven't, you know, seen people and need to go out. It's like I can socialize with him. And but I am being social. So tonight I have friends coming over. One of my friends, it was her birthday this weekend. So we're going to do a little birthday celebration, like very cozy girls night, while also watching The Bachelor. So I have planned my day around that, like knowing dinner has to be relatively easy so that when they come over, I'm not like cleaning up the kitchen or rushing. And I have a few hours before I have to start cooking dinner, which is good. More time. I still have more things that I want to get done, a little bit of creative work, but computer work still. I feel like I'm just always on my computer. So a little bit of computer work, stuff for my consulting tomorrow. There's a couple things I still want to check in on, but then the rest is a bit more creative, free-flowing work on my computer, which will be nice. But I just checked the mail and I have a package from a friend of mine in Canada. So let's see what she sent me. I mean, maybe it's not anything exciting, but it is out of the blue. So I wonder what it could be. Honestly, friends sending you mail is like truly the best thing. Oh my gosh. I think it's a Christmas present. It's so lovely. Mail from Canada to the US just takes forever, so I'm not surprised. Okay, she's a wordsmith. This is probably gonna kill me. Oh my gosh, she is literally, look at this. Okay, so it's a mug, but can you see what is in here? I'm like, how do I, okay, look at that. It's a little, it's a dragon. I'm like shook. It's a little tiny dragon. The lighting is crazy. Oh my gosh, this is the cutest. I'm actually about to make a coffee, so I'm gonna have to make a coffee in here. Oh my gosh, it literally is like a little dragon. It's a little Andarna. Oh, this is so cute. And of course, some sticky notes. Oh, paper products. The way to my heart, the way to my soul is paper products. This is the sweetest little gift so that I can enjoy that coffee. I know I wasn't gonna have a coffee this morning, but I do feel with this rain, this head pain, I need a little caffeine. Sometimes the caffeine helps the lingering migraine. Sometimes it can like curb it into just a headache. Let's hope so. I did feel better after my matcha, so I hope that the coffee will also do that. But this is so precious that I get to enjoy this. I'm actually going to scream. And it's like a color I love. Okay, I gotta make my coffee. thick hair or something, but this headband never stays on. I just want my hair on my face. Okay, it has been a day. I had a lovely quick dinner before my friends came over. I definitely did not plan my timing right. As you saw, I have to make 2 dinners sometimes. Tonight was one of them. So I ended up having another salad for dinner, which honestly right now I'm in my follicular phase. So I'm okay with having salads. I do try to eat based on my cycle, and Michael doesn't love just like a salad and shrimp, which is totally fair. So I made him a pasta that obviously I can't have pasta and then I don't do tomato sauce. So I made him his own meal, and then made myself my meal. So it was a little bit longer in the kitchen than it normally would be, but I was able to get everything set up for the little girls' night. We watched The Bachelor this season, and you know, I had hopes after last week's episode, after week 2, but week 3, he's just not giving mature enough. He just does not seem like he's actually ready to be the Bachelor. He does not seem like he is ready to not be a player. He's like making out with almost all the girls. I'm just so confused. But I will probably watch most of this season. I do enjoy a little reality dating show. Something to do. I also used to do like Bachelor viewing parties like years ago. So it feels like doing it again with some of the girls brings back that like youthfulness. But I'm tired. I had a really good day. I would say that today was definitely a positive day. If I were to rank it out of 10, I would say today was probably like a 7 or an 8. And that says a lot because it's still raining and this head is still not great. But I did do like a proper morning routine. I got a good amount done on my side projects that I'm working on. I updated my Substack for any of you who are there. So it felt like I was like getting things done. And then obviously seeing friends then I just feel like a little extra special because that's not something I would normally do. I am, like I said, a homebody, but it was nice to have them over to celebrate my friend Gabby's birthday and just like the girls, and I guess in honor of Valentine's Day, like a little Galentine's evening, which was really lovely. But I also know that tomorrow night I want to take a chill because I was social tonight. So this is how I definitely try to balance, and something I didn't do before my 20s was like balancing being an extrovert and then making sure that I'm getting the energy for myself. So I know that because I was more extroverted today, well, mostly tonight, today I wasn't really that extroverted. I went out of the house, but since I was extroverted tonight, I do need to make sure that I am taking care of myself, my energy. And I don't think I'm going to finish the book tonight because it's past my bedtime already. And I think I will end up having to read for like 30 to 45 minutes to finish. And you know what? It's fine. It's fine because tomorrow will be my like chill day the day won't be chill. Work will be busy, but the night will be chill so I can do more Mary time, which will feel lovely. So if you are trying to figure out how to manage your day or anything like that, I would recommend time blocking, even social stuff, like blocking that out in your calendar. Like if you find that you end up being more social than you want to be, try to choose like, let's say 2 or 3 social activities you do a week. And then the rest has to be more about like whether it's tidying up your home and like being present in your home and then like taking care of yourself, because those 2 should be separate. Like I'll usually have one evening a week where it is like laundry, cleaning, home things, and then the other evenings where I'm not social are like me or time with Michael, because I think that's another thing is when you live with your partner, you forget that you need to like be very intentional with time with them, because just watching a TV at the end of a TV show at the end of a long day isn't intentional time, and you start to miss going on dates. So you do need to be intentional with each other the way you are with your friends. And that is why I do love using like a little calendar, is to be able to look at what my week is, what work is like, what I know I'm gonna have to be doing work-wise if my days are busier than normal, and then making sure that my social or solo time supports that and that I'm not burning myself out, or to the point where it's like my weekend just feels like a waste because I'm trying to catch up on sleep or catch up on home things or responsibilities. So it is all about finding that balance. And that's, you know, the reality is there's not always going to be a balance. Sometimes it's not going to be great. So finding that like in between and being okay when you have a great day, like today being a 7 or 8 out of 10, tomorrow may not be. The way that the rain is going and my head is going, not feeling so great, but it could also be another 7 or 8 or 10. But when it's a 3 or 4, I realize, okay, that's a season, that's a period, that's a day. And like always, you know what I say, this too shall pass. So enjoying today for what it brought and being grateful for it and being grateful for you. Thank you all so much for being here, for watching another video, for joining me in this little cozy corner of the internet, sharing, you know, the highs and lows, the realities of life. And I will see all of you on the next one. Bye.